Okay, hello. So you've done a beautiful drawing of your shoe. And now we're going to bring it into the computer, put some colors in it, just like our friend Andy Warhol put all these exciting colors in these different people's photos. So you are going to email it to yourself probably. It's going to be in your drive or somewhere else. Um, Hopefully it looks nice like this. I didn't spend any time cleaning these lines up. Maybe you're gonna. That's great. It's up to you. I'm gonna download it. Click, click, click. It's gonna go to my downloads folder. This project's gonna involve getting your file off your drive onto the laptop you're using at school. At the end of class, you're gonna have to put it back on drive. You're not gonna keep it on your computer because somebody else is gonna use that computer and maybe throw it away, and you might not get the same computer the next class. And then if it's on drive, you can work on it at home. Wow. So there's going to be a lot of, at the end of class, putting it back up on drive, saving it out of Photopea. We'll talk about that a lot. So if I look at my downloads, I have a beautiful picture of my shoe. I'm going to go to photopea.com. It's free. It's got these exciting ads over here. If you haven't used it, hopefully it'll make sense. We're going to open from computer. Click, 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 click. I'm going to go to my downloads. I'm going to go to find my picture. I should get rid of my downloads, right? And then I'm going to open. I'm going to first get this out of the way, then I'm going to open it. And it's going to load, and then it's going to open like this. Alright, so this is what we're going to try to do. We're going to try to put some colors in here. First thing I would love for you to do is depth map. I'm going to hit delete on my keyboard. I don't need that. Main, I'm going to double click on the word and just call it shoe, maybe. And then I want to duplicate this a lot. So I'm going to go to layer, duplicate layer. You can also command J. We're just going to duplicate layers, so if we make mistakes, we can always go back to the original. Let me call this one OG, original shoe. And then over here in your layers, if you click on it and it turns light gray, that's the one, and it's got a white bumpy bump around it. That's the one you're working in. These are all your tools over here. We are going to use a lot of this brush and maybe some eraser. The first thing I would love for you to try to do is to get your lines nice and sharp and dark and your background's a little lighter. So we're going to go to Image, Adjustments, Levels. Command L if you want. This is probably going to show up right over your shoe. You can drag it from the top over somewhere else. Up here, this is the highlights, the middle tones, and the shadows, the dark parts of your image. So there's a lot of information in here, these mountains. So I'm going to grab this white square and go all the way this way and see what's happening to our picture. If we go too far, we're going to lose the lines. But if we go like to the bottom of the mountain, that's probably good. And then if we come up to the middle and get let's just go to this dark one and make the bottom ones. And then it can go a little bit more. So you're trying to get the lines nice and dark. I'll show you a preview. Used to be kind of flat. Now there's a little bit more contrast. That's a word you know. Okay, a little bit more contrast. Lines are nice and dark. Then you can hit OK. Whenever you need to, you can always zoom in and say, wow, I'm good at this. Okay, so now we have a shoe. We have a shoe layer, and then it's the old one. It was a little dark. Just keep like that, and then here's your shoe copy. I want you to make another layer down here. This icon next to the trash says new layer. Click on that. Let's call this BG for background. I'm going to drag it behind my shoe copy. I'm just clicking and dragging, and it'll drop down below. I'm going to choose any color over here. Down here are the colors. I'm going to choose any color. Let's go with this crazy color. I'm going to go back here under my gradient tool, paint bucket. If it's not right there, it's probably hiding. A lot of these have little arrows, and that's stuff hiding behind it. So find that paint bucket, click on it, and it should just fill it all up. If you see it over here, it's all filled up. You can't see it because this piece of paper with your shoe is on top. How do we make it see-through? I'm glad you asked me. Up here it says normal. Make sure you're in your shoe copy layer with the white dots around it. Normal. If I go to multiply, it'll make it see-through. Okay, so now it's the same. I have my move tool. It's the same drawing. You can even see the shadows, but it's just see-through. And it's on my back. Well, this is a good example. So it's see-through. Now you can see through to the other shoe. Wow. Okay, but if you have a background, it'll just be see-through. We're going to need this. This is going to be important so we can draw some colors behind it. Yay! We're getting there. One more layer, please. I'm going to call this free color. I'm going to put that one behind also. I'm going to put it behind the or under the shoe, but on top of the background. So now, free color, this means you can just color your shoe whatever you want to. I'm going to come over here, B for brush. Just go to the brush tool. It might be hiding behind pencil or color replacement. Brush tool. Up here, I'm going to change the size, make it nice and big or small. Hardness, you can probably leave it. 149, let's see how you can come out here to see how big the circle is. That looks pretty good. Maybe even a little bigger. Okay, and then you can hit this. All these you don't have to worry about. And then down here you're going to find your colors. You can choose any colors you love. I'm going to choose a green. And then if I start drawing, you can see through it. Okay, so that's just on this layer by itself. Please don't draw on the, if you draw on the background, it's going to be tough. We can get it off if you need to, but try to get your own layer called free color, and then you're going to draw behind your shoe copy. Free color layer is where you're going to do your coloring. History, brush tool, I don't want that. So try to follow along. I've got so many clickety-clacks over here. I'll probably have to do that later. So this is a circle, this brush, so you can't really get corners. So you have to go in and make it smaller. I'm going to zoom in so I can see myself. Okay, and 2 fingers you can push stuff around. You'll get used to this after a while. So smaller, then you can get the closer details in here. You're going to try to take your time. I'm just clicking and dragging, and it's like a little spray can of stuff. Try to look for all these little bumps. Okay, I will show you a really happy way to do this quickly. If you have a line, let's get a different color. Let's go for this blue. Okay. I'm going to get my brush a little bigger. How long is this video? 7 minutes! Nobody's watching anymore. Okay. I'll show you how to make a whole, instead of clicking and dragging and trying to get this line like this, I'm going to go back here and back up. If you click one endpoint of a line, and then my hands are off the keyboard, if I hold down shift with one finger, shift is like to make capital letters, and then I come over and I click, the computer will fill in a straight line between this and this. So if I click again, it's going to be like a straight line. So this is a great way to fill in big places pretty quickly. See what I'm doing? So I'm hitting one point, hands up, and you hit the end point, and so it kind of fills up your space nicely. You can pinch on your trackpad to zoom in and out, so you can see what's happening. Okay, if I color this blue over this green, it's just kind of layered on top. It doesn't go behind. If you want to do colors on separate layers, you can do that. Please, please, please. So for this shoe, I'm going to go, there's our brush. You can get colors over here. You can move this up and down to get to different places. Click over here to get different colors. Hit OK, get your brush, and start clicking in and making stuff. So now you have all this color on one layer, you have a background, all this exciting stuff. Then, if you double click up here, you should name it. I'm going to call this Vitrone Shoe. Hit OK, Vitrone Shoe PSD. Okay, and then I'm going to file, save as PSD. I would do this soon, and then put it somewhere. I'm going to put it on my desktop. Vitrone Shoe PSD, save. Saving. This is so important. And then as you're working, it's going to take a minute. As you're working and you're making stuff and all this guy, I would hit Command S all the time. Just hit Command S or come down here and hit save again, because that will, guess what it will do? It'll save your work. So I'm going to hit Command S, hit saving. Maybe every 15 minutes just save stuff, because this is a free website, and you know how websites go. They maybe break 10 minutes long. So please, 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 please save all the time. Then it's going to be on your downloads, and then you're going to have to do that thing at the end of class where you put it on your drive. So interesting. All right, let's do that cooking show thing where we show you the finished product. So I have my shoe. I brought it in. I made it, come on machine, do this. I made it see-through because this layer is multiply. Remember we did that? And then I did all these different colors in here. I'm going to call this one free color. Yay. I don't know why this site is really glitchy, but you saw it at the beginning. I think because the ads are loading. Come on, just do it. Thank you. You did it. Okay, so I have all these beautiful colors back there. It's exciting. That's my free color one. Try to get in as close as you can. If you notice here, you can still see some of that background in here. So if you ever need to, I'll show you that later. Okay, so I would probably go in here, hit my eyedropper tool, click on the color I want, and you'll see that gray jump down here if this website wants to cooperate. I'll get my brush again, and I'll do my hold down shift. Oh my gosh, that's confusing. Okay, and then it draws a line and it makes it nice and clean. So you try to want to get it so there's no background color. If I go to black, you can see it. If I go to the purple, you can see it. Okay, so you're going to do a bunch of different colorways. This one is just the free one. After that, I'll show you how to do those. Don't worry about it. Wow, long video. Hope it made sense. Ask me questions. Bye-bye.